Hello everyone, we're back with Umineko no Naku Koyoni, translated meaning when the seagulls cry, better known as Umineko when they cry. When we last left off, we started reading episode 2 with my colleague here. I called him a colleague.
What? Colleague.
uh, are we calling you your username or your name or...
I don't care at this point.
We're here with this guy.
Hey.
And before we start off, this is something I'd like to start doing before the... Oh, hold on, let me unplug that. Before the start of every session of ours, just, ask him a question about Umineko, see how he responds. So this time, we've totally forgot to do it last time. I want you to just give a brief 1 minute, maybe less summary of episode 1. And then kind of explain, any ideas you have of, if the murders are magic, if they're real, etc. And if they were, actual, how was it done?
Okay, so I'm not gonna go over how every murder happened because that would take way too long, right?
Because you forgot.
I did forget how most of the I know how everybody died. I just don't
Remember the details.
There's a lot of blanks in there. Like I know Hideyoshi and Ava died in a closed room, and that was like, what? How did that happen? That must have been magic, right? No, magic doesn't exist. Witches don't exist.
Yeah, the
Anyway.
Hideyoshi everyone's the most interesting of the closed rooms.
But yeah, anyways, so episode 1, you open up, you meet this guy named Battler Ushiromiya. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Ushiromiya.
Better.
And
Nice.
sorry. He's the scion to a family. Man, I'm tripping over my words. We did this before this, and I was doing fine. What happened?
Are you just repeating what I always say when someone asks, what is Umineko?
Yeah, I am, actually. Okay, yeah. Battler, he's part of this big family. They're the Ushiromiya family. Basically, they're super rich because his grandfather... Is it his grandfather or his great-grandfather? No, it's his grandfather.
Yep.
Basically, that guy, he got rich during World War II because he had a lot of gold they found or stole or something. And...
So the gold exists. No, sorry. Keep going.
So the story goes, anyways, right? And so after we meet him, we meet the family. They all go on a boat to this place called Rakanjima. Rakanjima, I guess, is where there's just a private island that Kinzo owns.
So look, I said you can just do this for a minute, not 10 hours.
Oh, am I too much? Basically, they go to Rakanjima. Everybody dies. Maria's like, "Ooh, be a Torichi."
So, just do you have any ideas? Not about who done it, but how done it. Like, with Umineko, the who done it.
Did I go over my Jessica theory on camera?
You did kind of, but the thing is, you really only covered the who done it. You never really won about how done it. And with Umineko, the who done it isn't nearly as important as the how done it.
Okay, that's fair.
Because was it done with magic, or was it done, with
I'm convinced that magic doesn't exist, because magic would be a stupid answer.
So yeah, that's just, and I'm gonna give you something to think on, rather, as we read this. Rather, for the entire first half of episode 2. Well, you could say for the entirety of Umineko, rather. Why is your Kushi 07 showing you this? Do you know what Chekhov's gun is?
Go ahead and give me a refresher.
I don't know the exact definition, but basically, if the example on TV tropes is that if there's a gun hanging off a bar, that gun needs to go off later in the story. So if there's a detail mentioned, that detail needs to be relevant.
Huh, that's true.
Of course, Umineko's a very long tale, so some details are more relevant than others, and some, aren't too very relevant. But I'd say more or less everything has importance.
Goda is a cook. Small bombs.
He knows about that joke. We won't be seeing small bombs for a while, though.
Oh, okay.
That's episode 4. So I'm going to go ahead and load in. We're 5 minutes in.
what was supposed to take. Well, that's pretty much par for the course, I guess.
Yeah, it's Umineko conversation.
It's very. Yeah, I feel
Okay.
that.
So, with the narration, want to handle it today?
Hmm.
You want to handle the narration, or do you want me to?
Sure.
What?
So the former. Sorry.
Okay, okay. So go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah, yeah. I'm loaded. I'm ready for you.
It's time for me to take a serious look at how full of myself I've been acting. I forgot.
My text speed, like my text scroll speed, is still insanely high.
Hmm. I'm furniture. Furniture isn't human. So, I'm a being who must feel gratitude for even being treated like a human. Okay, so this is canon.
This is Shannon, I think.
Oh, this is Shannon?
Yeah, I believe so. We'll be
Okay.
seeing both of their perspectives in the early episode too, but I believe this is Shannon.
And I am not permitted to wish for anything more. Oh, right, because she is talking about being in love with George right now.
Right. The thing
Right,
with
okay, so
Eva just happened. You remember that?
yeah.
Okay. It's been like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, for you guys, it's been like you're not watching episode 2 of this, but
This is episode
people
3.
some people sometimes oh people sometimes develop affection for furniture they're used to using, but that is never. But oh goodness, but that is an emotion on the human side, and the furniture has no right to hope for such a thing.
Oh, hold on. Just for reference, everyone, I'm not going to upload this until we're done recording episode 2, so you probably won't be seeing much delays, if any, and if you do, that's because I can't be bothered to upload it that day. So anyway, sorry, continue.
It's enough that furniture serves with simple honesty day after day. That feeling I got when talking to George Sama and Jessica Sama, it's the same as a forbidden drug to me. In other words, it may be an emotion I must never experience.
Am I Natsuhi?
No, I'm not. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
uh,
Natsuhi.
Shannon, you've had your head massaged for some time now. Do you not feel well? No, my apologies. Natsuhi's words were right on the mark. Even Shannon couldn't believe that she hadn't noticed Natsuhi until she had called. Normally, it was essential that she focus on her cleaning at this time of day, but she'd spent all of her time sighing and hardly making any progress. Even when there aren't any guests around. Even when there aren't any guests around, you must always be alert. Behavior like this is shameful for an Ushidomiya family servant. Yes, ma'am. I will take care from now on. I don't know how to do these pauses. There's too many dots for your teaching. The head and my husband will return very soon. Have you finished
Your
cleaning the study?
Natsuhi voice is
Finished cleaning the
perfect.
staircase.
Flawless. No.
That's not what she sounds like?
No. Did, oh yeah, you didn't play with the voice acting patch.
No, I didn't.
The voice acting in Umineko is actually phenomenal compared to yours. It's okay
No,
compared to yours.
thank you. Yes, I know. So I had Lunan do. Who?
Oh, that's another one of the servants.
That's a new character that I don't know about yet?
There's a servant named in episode 1. Let's just say it was Lunan. There's theories, there were theories that they were the culprit, and
Dude,
because they were,
I didn't even hear about Lunan until just now, what?
they're not relevant. But because they were mentioned in episode 1, people were like, okay, they could possibly kill everyone. It makes sense. But I'll just give you this one. They're not relevant at all.
There's another guy now. There's more than one. How many people did you say were on the island?
This isn't on during 1986 October. Lunan's shift didn't have a shift. We already know all the people that were on the island.
Okay, alright. Okay, so this is right. This is before. This is like a year before.
Lunan was either fired or probably she wasn't working that day.
Got it. Right. Okay, gotta remember that. This is in the past.
There's something. It's not a spoiler, but I don't want to mention it. Just continue.
While you were plodding around cleaning the hallway, she had finished cleaning the study and the staircase. That's because, I wanted to clean it properly, so it took some time. Shannon was simple and honest, so she would always carry out her tasks seriously and properly, without any omissions. So she was always slow with her work. In contrast, Lunan clearly avoided doing extra work whenever it was possible. So, she could complete her jobs with a result that looked almost the same to an outsider, but in a much shorter time. In other words, she was a shrewd employee.
Okay, I'm just. This isn't a spoiler, but there's a few servants that are brought up in later on in Umineko, and Lunan's actually one of them. That's just a cool little detail I noticed.
Compared to that, it's probably fair to say that Shannon wasn't very shrewd at all, talking back to Natsuhi when Natsuhi was in a bad mood. Of course, there was nothing that Natsuhi couldn't stand more than a servant talking back. Her forehead creased and she spoke sternly. And yet, her slow, admonishing style of speech was even more terrifying and finally made Shannon realize she had said the wrong thing. Then perhaps you should aim to do a truly thorough cleaning. Shannon, I order you to clean the reception hall right now. It is an important hall where several pictures treasured by the head are displayed, and where honored guests of the Ushinomiya family are welcomed.
I was forcing that to your cross.
Yes. Clean it thoroughly, so that not a— Oh wait, is this Krause's voice too?
No, I did cross, but
Okay.
that sounds like cross.
So that not a speck of dust remains. I mean, they're married, right? So that you are satisfied. Of course, you will finish before the day is out. Until you finish that and report to me, you will not be permitted any food or rest. Understood? Yes, madam.
Well, we can really differentiate between Natsui and Shannon.
That is good.
If anyone should watch, wait, are you, on Dragon Ball Z Abridged,
Yeah, I heard that when I said it. Shannon! Servant should endeavor to make something that's work. Now I can't do that voice anymore without thinking of Super Kamiguru.
Right, that's his name.
The next time you talk back, your punishment will be even more severe. So with that in mind, engrave these words into your heart. Yes, madam. Thank you for your guidance. You are welcome.
I can't not hear it.
You are welcome! Behaving as though her headache was troubling her, Natsuhi headed off down the corridor. When she couldn't see her anymore, Shannon hung her head and sighed. This was what happened when she had her head in the clouds. Even though I'm bad at everything I do, I should be able to at least carry out the cleaning as well as an average person can, right? It's because I can't even perform that very well that I'm crying so pathetically. Dude, she's crying.
What a
But what's
battler.
even more shameful is that not only not only have I been unable to perform a single bit of cleaning well, but just now, when Natsuhi was scolding me, I imagined that a person appearing and rescuing me. Or I imagined that person, there's no quotations around it, so I couldn't tell. Rescuing. I thought that was, when it opened up like that, I thought it was Battler. I didn't see his face.
Oh yeah, everyone wishes Battler would rescue them.
It looks like he's got his hand in his pocket, so I was confused.
Oh yeah. I think Battle. Which hand? I think Battler has the other hand.
Battler puts his left hand in. Yeah, I think so too. If only George-sama were here. Would he casually step in and save me? Surely he'd show up cheerfully, intentionally acting like he didn't know what was
That's
going
a personnel, Natsuhi. Teleports
Nimbly
behind
change
you.
the subject and make me forget I'd ever been rebuked by Natsuhi. I kept envisioning him, suddenly appearing from the other side of the door, or the other end of the hallway.
I did glasses just, so that's how you know that was my George voice.
Oh my god. I envisioned the kind of person that would be an appropriate partner for him in a marriage meeting. And I envisioned how unfitting I was for him. Ava clearly told me. It's been repeating over and over in my dreams.
You're still as clumsy as ever, Nathan.
Always? Hello?
Huh?
You're still as clumsy as always? Excuse me?
That's what I said.
You said ever.
You've done the same thing before.
Oh, did I?
Well, last time, not yet, but
Okay, I'm an idiot. Go ahead.
Jessica has been in a bad mood since this morning. Not saying it. Not saying it. Nah. That just
Tips fedora.
that just now happened because you talk too much. You should have just hung your head in silence. Don't do it.
Cannon Coon. Oh, you thought I was gonna. Cannon was suddenly there. His footsteps were always quieter than a cat's, and he never left any trace of his presence. He probably could have stood there forever, and she still wouldn't have noticed him. The expression on Cannon's face was one of hatred. He made that expression for Shannon, who didn't know how to do it herself.
Madam and Lunan could fall into heck. We're PG. That person who knows Madam checks knows where Madam checks and only cleans those areas. Her cleaning just now was like that. I know because I saw it. How do I talk like a table? She wasn't really cleaning.
Oh, dang it! I was gonna go into my kitchen and, like, move around a chair, but my chairs have pads on the bottom of them so that it doesn't scratch the floor.
She's just the worst kind of parasite. Leeching off your thorough cleaning. I'm doing like the hand thing that Cannon does.
Oh, I know you are. I was doing it too.
No images. It looks really awkward in the pachinko and PS3 sprites.
You mustn't use such dirty words. Dirty words pollute your clean soul, Cannon Coon. So at least don't use those words in front of me. Okay? Cannon turned away as though sulking. It was a reaction that hid his true feelings, which was very like Cannon, but I was a little happy. He was getting mad for my sake. My sake.
Cleaning the reception hall will be tough. I'll help.
Thank you. But I was the one Madam ordered, so don't worry. Don't you also have your own work, Cannon Coon?
It's a filthy job. My soul was polluted long ago.
Cannon then hung his head and bit his lower lip. Sorry. Just hearing you say that you'll help is enough for me. If you don't go back to your own job, then you'll be punished as well. And that would make me sad. Shannon knew Cannon's character well. Sometimes he didn't think enough about himself. If I don't refuse forcefully, he'll help me even if it means neglecting his own job. Cannon was a little sad that his goodwill had been rejected. But he realized that what he was doing would only hurt her more in the end, and he gave a single, small sigh. How do you
I'm voicing
read
Cannon. See, I'm being silent. Understood. Do your best. Nathan.
Yes. And I am also partly to blame.
You aren't at fault at all, Nathan.
No, I am. So go now. Cannon Coon's face showed that he still hadn't completely accepted it, but without being any more obstinate, he disappeared. Even though Cannon Coon came to give me words of comfort when I was down, even so, I was dejected again because it wasn't him. See, those were quotations I was looking for. That, in itself, was a sin.
Oh yeah, the quotation marks. The classic Yakushi 07.
It went far beyond any dream the likes of me could be permitted to see. I don't know my place. Shannon, who had neglected breakfast, already felt her concentration begin to waver. But if she didn't finish up cleaning the reception hall, she wouldn't receive Natsuhi's permission to eat. That cruel Natsuhi had surely told the kitchen something to that effect. I have to respectfully receive Madam's punishment. That's right. My position in this world is furniture, and I have been intoxicated by a dream that's beyond me. I finished cleaning the hallway and went to the reception hall. Maybe my hunger made my nose more sensitive. I could sense a delicious aroma wafting from the kitchen. Even though it was far away, my empty stomach was encouraged even more.
Is that a piano in the background?
Yes. Until I finished up here, I wouldn't get any soup.
Do you think kids don't know how to play piano?
No. I just...
He knows a few notes. He knows B, he knows A.
A.
He knows
No T. He knows B, E, A, C, E. Beatrice.
No, see, he knows B, A, B, A, Tar. He knows the tra sound. E, and he has the ice button.
Yabby Walkini Stackle.
Okay, okay.
I just had to resolve myself to doing it. Several portraits were hung in the reception hall. One of those portraits was thought to hold a special meaning amongst the servants. I
Hey,
hope
who's
you can't
this?
hear. I hope you can't hear my cat. It was the portrait of the witch. That wasn't its true name, but everyone in the mansion called it that. The name of the woman with the elegant blonde hair, drawn as the subject of that portrait, was Jessica.
No, no, you misread that line.
Oh yeah, it was Kinzo in a dress. It was whispered that she might be the former mistress of Kinzo, the family head, and also that she was the great witch who had given Kinzo the gold of the legend. The witch, Beatrice, master of the night in Rakanjima, on Rakanjima. She was gracious to those who respected her, but she would surely curse those who made light of her. It was in Shannon's character not to neglect rules and beliefs such as those, so she thought of the portrait of her other master as that person herself, and always treated it carefully, treasuring it. And it had become part of her daily routine to tell the witch, who only existed inside the portrait, the secrets of her heart. She was furniture, furniture who doesn't complain, cannot complain, so she had no right to speak her mind about her difficult days. She had no right to open her mouth and say those words. So, she at least spoke her mind inside her heart. She spoke her mind inside her heart using words she couldn't say aloud, and protested to the formless witch. Of course, the witch didn't answer.
Why
She
didn't
didn't
know what you
consult.
answer?
She didn't laugh because witches don't exist. Shannon could only interpret that silence as she liked, as though the witch was responding agreeably. Beatrice-sama, please listen to the story of my worthless self. As Shannon wiped the dust from the witch's portrait, she spoke that inside her heart. I certainly am incompetent and uncultured, just as Ava-sama said. It's not in red, so it's not true. I am not a
Shit, we
person.
haven't gotten to that part yet.
Was that important later?
Oh no, they got
So,
truth.
maybe I have no right to love. But in that case, why was I given a heart that could know love? Too real, man, too real.
You have a girlfriend. You're not allowed to talk.
Okay. That's not what I meant. At that point, Shannon held back her tears for a moment. The sound of the rain, which had started falling, along with the chill air in the reception hall, made her feel as though her shabbiness had increased another level.
Good.
Real furniture doesn't have anything like a heart. What?
No Final Fantasy.
Was that loud enough to pick up over my mic?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you
So they
just
don't
make
have to love
memes to
people, right?
yourself?
Yes. So they don't feel pain. If I'm just another piece of furniture, why do I have a heart? If it's going to be this painful and this harsh, I wish I was never given a heart like this.
So, we haven't talked about this on video. What do you think furniture means? Oh, no. Well,
What do I think furniture means?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you mean? What do I think it
I,
means?
I mean, this is just. I'm gonna be asking you questions like this over the course of Umineko. Like, just give what you think it means.
Uh, I mean they're worth as much as a table. They're replaceable.
Okay,
They're meant to be used.
okay. I see. So a heart was given to furniture. It would seem that even that man is capable of quite some amusing things every now and then. Let's cackle. That's cackling.
What? The witch that never answered or laughed answered and laughed. Was it my imagination? Was I hearing things? No, that's wrong.
No, that's
That's
young.
wrong. The next words became a voice, and I could hear them, not with my heart, but with my ears.
Humans have continually searched for the elements that make up the world since before the modern era. It said that in ancient times, the Greeks tried explaining the world with the four elements of wind, fire, water, and earth. We have glasses, Beatrice. She's explaining things. And after that, after several millennia, humans added several elements to those four, trying to explain the world with several interpretations such as the 5 elements, the 6 elements, the 7 elements, the 8 elements, and the 12 elements. But they're never able to describe the one sole truth that exists, the single element. However, a single man appeared by the guidance of his star, finally explained the single element that makes up the world. Know what it is?
Oh, uh, who? Shannon fearfully turned around. What? Right there. She existed. Not as an illusion, but as a reality. The contrast made by the lightning made it clear that this was no mere daydream.
It's love. Ha 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 dot web, ha 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 dot web, ha 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 dot web.
The witch of the portrait elegantly held a golden pipe to her mouth and giggled.
So,
She laughed the ignorance that causes humankind's thoughts to stray far from the most simple answer.
hold on. I have a theory of what happened. Kenzo was lurking nearby, in a dress, of course, and he saw lightning flash. So he heard of it, jumped out, and gave a history lesson.
I could see Kenzo doing that.
That man explained everything in the world with love. That is the single element. That man fully explained how the world was constructed with the smallest possible number. How simple and clear. How splendid, exhilarating, pleasant and thrilling. Subarashi! The year that
Subarashi!
the year that man was finally born is called the start of the modern era. Ho 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 ho!
Shannon lost any words to speak. She thought that when first meeting an unknown guest, her first words should be to ask that person's name. But without saying anything, Shannon knew this person's name, so she refrained. No. Surely it would be the greatest disrespect for someone who lived or worked on this island to ask this woman her name. After all, she was the other master of this island. Besides Kinzo. I mean, it is Kinzo, but... Beatrice-sama.
Wait, hold on. So you voice Jessica and you voice Kinzo. Why am I voicing Beatrice?
I don't know, Nicholas, why are you?
Indeed, I am Beatrice. Even after 1,000 years, I see that people still always give me that look when we first meet. Ha 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 dot web. Do I just need to get the MP3 file up and play that for every character?
Just send it to me and I'll play it.
No, I got it up. Okay, hold on. Okay. I got it ready.
The witch giggled at how Shannon's reaction didn't betray her expectations. Shannon realized that she had met with a being that mustn't be met with, and she took a step backwards. That's where the wall and the portrait were, so even as she gazed at the witch's portrait was touching her back.
The source of your troubles is love. Love, the single element that makes up this world. In other words, it is everything in this world. When it is lacking, then your world is lacking too. It's no different than scooping water into a canteen with a hole in it.
Is that a JoJo reference?
We were talking about that a few days ago.
I think so.
Even if you scoop and scoop, that eternal desert of your heart never fills. It is the original sin that humans are founded upon, and everything is made of. Understand? When Adam and Eve put the fruit of knowledge to their lips, love is what they learned of. Because of that, humans were chased out of the garden, became fully human, which means that knowing love and suffering is what makes one human. You kind-hearted child. You ought to be praised. Now that you have gained this knowledge, you are no longer furniture. You are now human. I recognize that with all the authority of my name. You can't whip out on the ooze. Is it hard for a common person to understand? Very well then. Hold on. Okay, I played it twice. You can't hear it. Forgive me. It's been a long time since I've spoken with a human. I'm going to apologize for my talkativeness.
Without waiting for a reply from Shannon, Beatrice left pleasantly for a while.
Perhaps this isn't much by way of an apology, but I'd be willing to grant that wish of yours with my power, if you so desire.
Huh? The meaning of those words surprised Shannon even more than the witch's sudden appearance.
I'm offering to bring you and the one you love together. Normally, I'd demand something of an equal value in return. Hold on. Ha 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 ha. However, I'm in a good mood. I left along with it that time. So, you know, that you have the awesome experience of ahaha.web.
Of course.
You have never failed to pay your respects to me in the past. That is something worth rewarding.
Is that true? Normally, Shannon would have been shocked and struck dumb by the seemingly impossible guess. However, almost as though she was already under the witch's spell, Shannon responded.
With my magic, it would be no trouble at all to arrange for you two to be joined with the one you love. Yes, of course. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for that.
No sweat.
Shannon almost said that without thinking, but held back with her last bit of common sense. After all, this is a witch. A sinister being. The witch Beatrice is clearly trying to slip in through the cracks of my heart and take me prisoner. That sort of temptation, which so many fairy tale picture books warned me about when I was young, is right in front of me now. Fear is also... Sorry, I'm trying to be you now.
Oh, I stole one of your lines, so you stole one of mine. Fear is also a form of respect. May be pleasant for me, but will make no progress this way. I may not differ much from the images of a detestable witch that you hold in your mind. However, I do bestow my favor upon those who respect me. Aren't humans the same? Well, I doubt any human would bestow a favor upon one with such a hostile attitude.
My apologies. I didn't mean... Shannon eventually realized how rude she was acting towards this guest, and she finally digested the words that had been spoken to her a short while ago. You are no longer furniture. Now you are... human. As she reflected upon those words, Shannon felt as though the witch understood all her worries. What was that, just now about a reward?
I say that I can arrange for you to be joined with the man who has captured your heart. Think of it as a sign of my gratitude for your diligence in polishing my portrait day after day. Calm yourself. Ask for nothing in return. Good job, Grant. Perfect voice acting.
Thank you.
I am generous. However, though I ask for nothing in return, I do have a request.
Look, here it comes. Part of Shannon's heart sent her a warning. This is what all those scary picture books she'd read when she was little had warned her about.
Do you know of a small Taurian shrine that have been constructed on the ocean very near this island? Which you can see when you gaze at the cliffs?
Shannon immediately remembered it. When you reached Rakanjima by boat, there was a torii and a shrine on a reef that was too small to be called even an islet.
A torii is those Japanese gates. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure Kumasawa-san told me its history, but I can't remember it well. A traveling Shugenja, kind of holy man, had built it or prayed there or something. Yes, I know about it. Why are you bringing it up?
I will not explain everything, including the very basics, to one ignorant of demons. Simply put, it's causing me trouble. The truth is, there's a mirror kept inside that shrine. I want you to break it.
It was quite a suspicious request. Shannon didn't know the details, but anything stored inside a shrine would have to be something sacred. And she wants me to break it? Why would a witch ask a human for help instead of doing it herself? There was no need for Shannon to speak her thoughts aloud. Beatrice responded to Shannon's reasonable doubt before Shannon could give her an answer.
The magical power of that mirror opposes my own. I cannot explain it well with human words. For example, let us speak of the differences between utensils. That mirror is a fork, my power is soup. You cannot drink soup with a fork, correct? If only the resistance of that mirror were gone, I could produce a spoon ideal for drinking soup. After all, I could drink soup, as I pleased, and then dig my way out of a rocky prison. Is that the Count of Monte Cristo reference? I could even gouge someone's eye out with it. Was that not the phrase? Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha 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 ha! Oh, how's that laugh, Grant?
It's pretty good. I give it a 5 out of 7.
Perfect score, nice! It's your go.
I don't know what you're talking about. If my poor education is to blame, I apologize.
It comes down to this. If you take action and break that annoying mirror for me, to be fair, that soup metaphor is kinda weird. I shall grant your wish as a reward. I'm in a quite a good mood today. You may even change your wish and receive all the gold I bestowed upon Kinzo, if you so desire. Stop cackling, please. No, Jojo. No!
Damn it! You should have told me!
No,
late.
that one was just a joke. You're allowed to make JoJo references once every 10 minutes. These are cool, then.
Does- I refuse.
What?
Nani? When Beatrice realized for the first time that her expectations had been betrayed.
If you have a reason, tell me. There's been some misunderstanding. I shall resolve it.
I don't really understand the reason, but up until now, this island had been at peace and nothing bad has happened. So, even if I don't break the mirror, the peace that has existed until today should continue into the future.
Yes, you're quite right. Just as you say. You don't break the mirror. The same unbreakable days that have passed until now will continue until tomorrow and the next day. Why don't I give you an absolute guarantee? She'll stake my name, Beatrice, on it. You know, if the Dread Truth was introduced by now, you know, you could do the whole... Well, that's not... We just have bold. The unbreakable days before this time will continue into tomorrow and the next day. For eternity. Perpetuity. Is that... That's how it's pronounced, right?
Perpetuity.
No, I think I got it right.
Perpetuity.
Who's the genius here?
Hmm.
I'm not fixing it.
Shannon felt overwhelmed by an eerie illusion. The mirror probably existed for the purpose of restraining the witch. So, if Shannon broke it, the person who stood to gain was supposedly the witch herself. And yet, Shannon felt somehow that she had to do it for her own sake. It felt like some premise to be switched around. It's like he flipped the chessboard over.
I'll do nothing but grant you a chance to bring your feelings to fruition. It's up to you to decide whether you'll break it or not. But if you break it, I shall grant your wish. If you don't, the tomorrows that came before today will continue for all eternity. Your wish will not be granted for all time. Do you understand? Do you see what I mean? Ah ha ha ha, ah ha 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 ha.
Uh-oh, this song.
The witch was speaking. She was pressing Shannon, saying she must break the mirror if she ever wanted to be united with George. It was a declaration that Shannon's feelings would never be brought to fruition unless she broke it.
Please, stop it.
I stole the narration.
I want to hear something like that.
It was never my goal to cause you pain. Oh well. When love leads to madness, this is when you see the true charm of humanity. Enjoy that emotion to your heart's content. However, if you wish to borrow my power, feel free to break that mirror at any time. Then you may yell my name and awaken me. I'll certainly keep my promise. This way, you should have no complaints, right? Won't force you to decide right now. Easy, is it not?
Was it really such an easy thing to do? No, it certainly wasn't. To Shannon, who was burning with infatuation and worried by love, being tempted constantly and eternally with a way out was truly a cruel trial.
I won't set a time limit on that promise, but there is a time limit on the magic that can grant your wish. That limit is not of my making. One that you level decided himself. You see my meaning?
No, I don't understand.
When the one you care for finds the partner to whom he ought to pledge his love, that limit will be reached. I may be a witch, but I am no demon. I possess no magic to tear apart a pair of those who love each other. Oh no, 4 ah-ha-has! I can't do that. Ah-ha-ha-ha. Good enough?
Yeah.
The one you love will soon be attending a marriage meeting, yes? You may have stronger feelings for that man than anyone else in the world. However, that doesn't mean you are the most suitable partner for him, does it? I know with whom he shall be having his marriage meeting. That girl's the most suitable for Ushiomiya George in the entire world. I said Ushiomiya right that time. Don't. She came from a good school, achieved good grades, and possesses both composure and thoughtfulness. She's more beautiful than you, wiser than you, more suitable than you. How could an ignorant, incompetent, uncultured girl like you be suitable? You know better than anyone. They're no less suitable than you. Even imagining that you and Ushiomiya George could be joined is sinful. Foolish, foolish, foolish! Know your place.
Dameda. Dameda.
If you forget... Yeah, no, that's useless. It's all useless, not foolish. We haven't even gotten to Battle the School scene where he says that yet.
What it? No, it's not Muda. It's the other one. No, hidden jacket means weaklings. It hasn't been 10 minutes yet, has it?
Baka Baka Shi, I think, right? Wait.
Baka baka? No, that's ridiculous.
Oh, that's foolish.
Anyways,
Have you, have you forgotten to be grateful for your education? Know your place. George is the eldest grandson of caring father. He's a person who may bear the burden of the Ushiramiya family someday in the future.
wait, hold on, slow down.
The quotation marks never ended. To answer that expectation, I studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Did you have something to say, or were you lost?
Why did Beatrice say father?
Maybe Kent was a priest. Like the car.
Keep going.
Maybe he's a transformer. Did you really think you could snatch George away, you uneducated, incompetent, unqualified, uncultured servant? I'm not doing that. I can't.
She was just repeating what?
I'm reading every ha 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 ha. Okay, I'm not reading every ha.
I guess she's just repeating what Ava said, maybe?
Stop it! No bullying. This is me. When someone bullies me, I just
No
imagine
bullying.
Kanan coming to save me. I wish you'd save me. Who the heck are you?
At that time, as Shannon held her head, trying to protect her heart from the blade of Beatrice's Beatrice's words, Cannon ran in front of her. Cannon didn't care who this woman was. If this was an enemy tormenting Shannon, whom he loved and respected as a sister, nothing else mattered. Cannon-kun, stay back! Exclamation point. This person is...
There, she's about to unleash your fatal attack, Kanan. Don't do it.
Good voice acting. It seemed Cannon also realized that the being standing before him was the witch of the portrait, and also that she was something to be feared.
Simply wish to give Shannon a chance to claim her reward, but it seems I said too much and I ended up hurting you. Oh, Fishy Aroma, let's go. It's a good song.
Oh, great.
Must apologize for that. But I shall leave behind that promise as a reward to you. I never understood why it was called Fishy Aroma. I was like, is this Kumasawa's theme song or something? But Fishy isn't suspicious Aroma.
Fishy isn't suspicious, not...
Yeah, you see, it's the mixture of fishy and aroma. Because, like, when you think of fish, you kind of, you know, think of, like, you know, the fishy smell, you know? And aroma, that's, you see? That's... But no.
Anyways.
If you need my power, call me at any time. It's just the way it was translated, you know?
Yeah.
I've already told you how. Well then, let's call it a night. Hostile gazes may be pleasant, but they damage your beauty, yes? Oh ho 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 ho. Disappear. Don't know who you are, but you're threatening Shannon. Don't ever show yourself again.
Cannon's words seemed to deeply annoy the witch.
Watch your language, lowborn. May be gracious to those who respect me, but I'm brutal to those who do not.
While she still smiled, the witch's face began to twist itself. Then, an oppressive feeling that couldn't be noticed with any of the five senses gradually filled the room. Even though they couldn't understand it, they immediately realized it was something terrifying. When you swim in the ocean and something large passes by in the water beneath you, you want to escape to land even before you learn what it is. That's exactly what this was like. Please stop, Beatrice-sama!
that wasn't stretched out though. You
The 2 exclamation points means it's stretched out. Cannon-kun is still a child. I apologize for his language.
How old is Cannon? A young servant. I think he's about 16. Give or take. I apologize. Oh, right. Okay.
Cannon placed his body between the witch and Shannon. There was tense sweat on his forehead. At that time, the witch certainly held Cannon's fate in the palm of her hand. She didn't even need to lift a finger. She held a grasp on his fate so tight and with it that a single twist of her smile could easily crush it. Cannon understood that as well. So he started sweating. His knees felt weak, palms sweaty. However, Beatrice abruptly released that feeling of tension and laughed.
Very well. If you ask, I'll forgive you just this once. Canon, is it? In deference to her, she'll forgive you tonight and send you off. Gotta thank me. Well then, let's call it a night. Parting, I shall leave you with a small souvenir. Hold out the palm of your left hands, you two.
When Beatrice grinned broadly and Beatrice grinned broadly and snapped her fingers, their left hands stretched out in front of them against their will, and their palms opened. It was a strange sensation, as though only their left hands now belonged to someone else. It felt like their left hands had become puppets, which were being pulled by the strings hanging down from the ceiling.
What? What are you trying to do?
Cannon resisted, but he couldn't retract his hand of his own free will.
Don't struggle. It'll be over soon.
When Beatrice held her pipe aloft, a gold-colored sparkling dust came out of the smoke and hovered in the air. That sparkle eventually became several gold butterflies. The beautiful butterflies danced freely throughout the reception hall, forming a fantastical and beautiful world. And two of those butterflies alighted on the palms of Shannon and Cannon's hands. Question mark exclamation point.
Ouch! I'll
There was a
assume
sharp
Canon
pain.
is the on, Shannon's the ouch.
Probably, but, you know, we gotta switch roles sometimes. There was a sharp pain, as though they'd been burned, when the two of them tried to examine their palms that hold on their bodies, which had been there a second ago, had gone without a trace. A mark?
So yeah, command seals.
What is... There was now a tiny burn mark on the palm of her hand, and it was shaped like a butterfly.
What is this
So-
supposed to be?
So it didn't. The text stopped like halfway through butterfly, so I thought
Oh.
it said the shape of in the shape of a butt. I was like, what? Apparently, Cannon had the same mark on his hand. He stared at the witch hatefully.
Simple
This-
greeting. I have no hidden motive. Were you trying to steal my line there, buddy?
Mean to.
It's nothing more than a bruise, so I'll heal in just a few days. It's not even any need to care for it. Write that, Mike, so that tomorrow you'll not forget that I was truly here, that I made a promise with you. An encounter with me can be quite shocking. Sometimes when the next morning comes, people try to think of such an encounter as a dream or an illusion. You have to consider this slowly and carefully, Shannon. You should probably take a good rest, look at my mic tomorrow morning, try considering it again. Shall not coerce you in any way. You should freely decide your future, by your own will. Still, to think that one could obtain the object of their desire for such a small price. Surely this would annoy to no one the great artists who write plays about blighted love. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well then, let us meet again when the chance arrives. How entertaining it is to have a conversation again after so much time. Goodbye, furniture. Ah ha 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 ha.
Dude, she just did the Windows Movie Maker dissolve. Beatrice's
That's
body
proof
crumbled like
magic's
smoke
real.
away. It was golden smoke. No, a cloud of gold butterfly. Did anybody else say that wasn't gold? They scattered in all directions inside the reception
It's
hall,
a sound
leaving a
novel,
like
not a
golden-
visual novel.
leaving a golden splash. Whoa, excuse me. Before disappearing into thin air. After that, only the cold silence was left. It was so silent it made both of them think they might have been daydreaming until just a moment ago. Which is why the witch had left those marks. She had done so to make it impossible for them to think of this as a daydream. As Shannon and Cannon remembered the butterfly bruises on their hands and the pain they'd felt when they'd been made. They kept standing still, stunned. And from that moment on, Shannon was tormented by days of suffering and conflict.
Okay, that's the end point. End of the chapter.
Umineko, no Naku, Koro ni.
Yep, so we're gonna save there, but there's one thing we forgot to do, which I meant to do at the start of this episode, but I kinda forgot. Go back to the title screen. And make sure to save, of course.
Right when I said Umineko no Naku Koro ni, my Discord crashed and restarted.
Oh,
Wishes do exist.
so go to the title screen. I don't know if you heard me or not. It's your Discord.
No.
crash. Okay, go to the title screen. There's one thing we forgot to do. Click on Start. And hover over episode 2 and read that text.
Return of the Golden Witch.
Yep.
Good morning. The Golden Witch eagerly awaits your arrival. Please do grant her that wish. Were you able to get a good rest and perfect your strategy? The witch expects a lot from you, and is more than ready to launch an assault right from the start. I also look forward to seeing your strategy. The difficulty level is extreme. The witch intends to make you surrender all at once.
If you look at episode 1, the difficulty level is standard. I don't know if you read the episode 1 or not.
Nope.
Anyways, guys, we'll be back next time with some more Umineko. We'll see you guys then. Gotta say the bye together. 3, 2, 1, go. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Die Baba Gikai.